This is the Torus Ostand 360 spin case. It has an anti-magnetic plate for smooth S Pen usage. It's also got a metal MagSafe ring on the back that also acts as a kickstand. It's also magnetic and it can spin 360 degrees. Now in this video, not only am I going to go over all these cases, but I also have the Torus Glasgow X screen protector that we'll be testing out with a drop and a scratch test. And if you're thinking about getting a wireless charger, I've got the Torus Ostand Polar Circle 15 watt Qi 2 charger that uses the latest cooling technology that not only prolongs the life of your phone's battery, but it also keeps it working at peak performance. After you see what this charger can do, you won't want to use any other wireless charger again. Now, if you've seen other cases out there on the market that are somewhat similar to this case, Torus is the original designer of the Ostand case. There are a lot of knockoffs out there that copy this design, but there can only be one. Torus makes some great accessories for the brand new Galaxy S25 Ultra. This year, they've stepped up their game with the new Ostand 360 spin case by adding a magnetic shield for the S Pen's use. This one accessory includes all of the important features you would want in a case. The Ostand puts a regular case, a stand, a MagSafe connection, and a ring grip all in one place. It's got a drop protection rating of up to 8 feet, but it keeps the phone pretty slim, and it's also got raised edges on the front and the back of the phone to keep your screen and camera lenses protected. The stand offers you 4 modes of operation: vertical mode for taking Zoom calls and such, horizontal mode for watching YouTube and Netflix. The ring can also be used to get a better hold on your phone with the use of your fingers, and you can also hang the phone by the ring for some top-down photos as well. And when you're done, it folds flush right into the back of the case. The MagSafe ring in the back not only allows you to use MagSafe accessories such as the Qi 2 wireless charger, but it's also magnetic and it allows you to stick it to things that are metal like a refrigerator or a stove hood so you can easily see your favorite cooking recipe. The kickstand for me really comes in handy, especially in the morning when I'm brushing my teeth and I like to catch up on the morning news. It's also really convenient when you're eating lunch. You don't have to worry about propping your phone up on anything. You can just easily use that kickstand. And you can also pretty much stand your phone up on anything, especially if you need to take selfies using a remote from a distance. Now let's take a closer look at the case itself. This is their Dune color. On the inside, it does have like a smooth plastic feel. We've got that MagSafe ring on the inside. You can also see these bubbles on the sides and in the corners, and that's what helps with that drop protection. We've got our buttons on the side here, which are kind of accented, which is nice. On the back, we do have that metal kickstand ring. It does rotate at this one little point right here, and it's got micron-sized rotating bearings that have been cast by a 100-ton press. And it's got 4 90-degree positions, so you never have to worry about where your kickstand's position is actually at. It just kind of clicks in those 90-degree positions. And it's also got 18N magnets for a strong MagSafe hold. Now there's also a couple more colors that this actually comes in. We've got kind of like a frosted translucent black and a blue, and we also have a full transparent case. I'm kind of partial to the black myself. I got the Galaxy S25 Ultra in that exclusive black from Samsung. So we'll put that in our case here. It goes in the case very well, holds in place. You don't have to worry about the phone just falling out. It is like kind of smooth. It's not slippery, but it does have that smooth rubber type feel on the sides. You can also see how much of a raised edge we get on the front of our phone. My phone also does not have a tempered glass screen protector on it yet. I'll show you that in just a little bit. You can see on the bottom, we do have a cutout for our charging port, our speaker, and a really nice cutout for our S Pen. You can very easily access that from your case. You don't have to worry about having to dig your finger in there like other cases as well. And then we have those buttons on the side here. Buttons are nice and clicky, easily pressable, which I absolutely love. We also do have a raised edge around our camera lenses as well for protection there. You can see how the lenses are recessed down in the case, so even when it's on its back, nothing will touch these lenses. And like I mentioned before, a new thing for this year's Ostand 360 spin case is the fact that they've included a magnetic shield for the kickstand on the back, so the magnetic ring won't have any effect on the use of your S Pen. So here we got my S Pen. I'll draw on the screen here, and as you can see, I can draw left and right from each side of the screen, and there is absolutely no issue whatsoever. I'll also show you how straight that it actually writes. Use this little thing here to measure, and then I'll just draw a straight line on the screen. And you can see that the line is straight and there's no issues, no squiggly lines whatsoever. So you don't have to worry about this case interfering with your S Pen use. Another nice thing that they thought of about this case is to make the camera ring flat just as the case is, because if you happen to have a MagSafe power bank like I have here, that's maybe a little bit bigger than the phone, you don't have to worry about the edges of the power bank, hitting that bump and not charging your phone. So here I've got the MagSafe power bank, clip it onto the back there, and immediately starts to charge your phone without any issues. So again, you can see how the edge kind of goes over the camera here, but because it's flush, you don't have to worry about the power banks that you have interfering, with any bumps on the case. So I'm really glad that they thought about that as well. And then here it is in the blue kind of frosted look. Looks pretty nice. I do like the metallic ring on the back. It's got a nice little accent to it. And then here is the totally clear case in case you want to show off the color of your phone. Looks really nice with these silver accents. Got the clear buttons on the side. I think that looks pretty cool. And if you're looking for the best option to keep your phone wirelessly charged up, we have the Torus Ostand Polar Circle Qi 2 wireless 15-watt charger. Now, like I mentioned before, after seeing what this little charger can do, you're not going to want to use any other wireless charger, and I wasn't joking about that. This little charger uses Torus's Torra Ice Tech, which is using a thermoelectric cooling chip inside, which keeps the pad of the wireless charger as well as your phone almost as cool as the inside of your refrigerator. It's also using the Qi 2 wireless charging standard, and because it's so small and compact, you can easily put it into your pocket or your purse or whatever else, so you can use it on the go. It's also perfect for multitasking, so whether you're playing video games or you just need to keep your phone charged up, maybe during a long meeting, you can easily clip this onto the back of your phone and put your phone into a portrait or landscape mode using the back metal kickstand. That also, again, does rotate 360 degrees. Another great time to use the Polar Circle charger is when you're gaming, because we know that when we game on our phones, it's going to get hot and it's going to use up a lot of battery. And because the charger is so small, it very conveniently fits in between your hands, so you don't have to worry about it getting in the way, and you can very easily keep your phone charged up and cool. And it also comes with a pretty long USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. And to demonstrate how cool this charger actually gets and how cool it actually keeps your phone while charging, I've got my infrared thermometer here that we're going to be doing during our charging test. So really quick, I'm going to charge up the phone for about a minute, and I want to show you what the difference in temperature is of this little charging pad here. Then we're going to do our longer charging test. So I'm going to plug my USB Type-C into my wall adapter. Then we're going to plug the other end into the wireless charger here, and you'll see that the little status LED will light up white and start to kind of breathe. Now we're going to be charging up my S25 Ultra for only about a minute because it doesn't take very long for this wireless charger to get cold. And just for our control here, you can see that the wireless charging pad is about 75 degrees and it has not started charging yet. The back of the case here is also about 70 degrees. Now my Galaxy S25 Ultra is totally dead, so it's going to be charging up from 0 to whatever percentage it's going to get to in about 45 minutes. So we'll clip this onto the back here. It will start to charge the phone. It just needs to start up because, again, like I mentioned, it is totally dead. I can hear the little fan running on the wireless charger right now. There you can see it's charging my phone. I don't know if you guys can hear that little fan running. It is fairly quiet, but it is audible. So we're going to let this charge up my phone for about a minute. Just kind of let this set right here. All right, so it's been charging the phone for about a minute here. We can take a look at that status LED. So it looks like the status LED does not light up while it's charging. But remember that the charging pad temperature was about 70 degrees when we first tested it. So after about a minute of charging, we'll see what the temperature is at now. So you can see it's about 40 degrees. That's about a 30-degree difference, and it's cold to the touch. It feels just like your refrigerator. And the back of the phone is also cool as well. So you can see how much cooler the charger actually gets even while it's working. So now we're going to move on to our extended time charging test. I'm going to charge up my Galaxy S25 Ultra for about 45 minutes using the Ostand Polar Circle. I'm going to show you what the temperatures are like after 45 minutes of the pad here as well as the phone itself. Then we're going to charge the phone for another 45 minutes using a 15-watt wireless charger that does not use the technology that Torus uses in their Polar Circle charger, and you'll see how drastic the temperatures are. So first I just want to show you a baseline temperature for the front of the phone. So right now the phone screen is sitting at about 72.5 degrees. The back of the phone is about 74.1, and the charger's pad is sitting at 72 degrees. So now I'm going to charge the phone up with the charger for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to come back and check the temperatures again. So you can see the phone is also sitting at 0% charge. So we're going to put the charger on the phone. Little white status LED does light up, and we should see that the phone does start to charge. And also we have the time on the side here, show the clock. So it is 11:14, and we'll come back in 45 minutes again to see what the temperatures are on the charger and the phone. All right, so it's been about 45 minutes on the charger. We're going to see what the temperature is like on the front of the phone. And it looks like the front of the phone is at 92 degrees, 92.8. So now I'm going to take the charger off the phone and we'll see what the temperature of the charger is. The charger is sitting at about 70. Actually, it's cold to the touch, but it's saying it's like 72 degrees, which I don't see how is possible because it is quite cold. And let's see what we're sitting at for charge on our phone. Turn it on here. In the back of the phone, it's about 89 degrees. And we're sitting at about a 38% charge. So now what I'm going to do is charge the phone up again for 45 minutes on a 15-watt wireless charger that does not use the cooling technology that the Torus charger does. And we'll see what the temperature differences are. So I initially started off trying to charge with a different 15-watt wireless charger other than the Torus, but the charging didn't go very well. I charged it up for 45 minutes and it just wasn't fast charging, so it wasn't going to be a very accurate test. So now I'm going to try another wireless charger that is 15 watts that does not use cooling like the Torus does. As far as the temperature goes on the phone, we're sitting at about 76 degrees, and the charging pad is about 65. And as far as the battery goes, we're sitting at 47%. So again, we're going to charge for 45 minutes, and we'll come back and see what the temperatures are at. And as you can see it out, it is fast wireless charging. All right, so it's been about 45 minutes now. We are sitting at a charge of 72%. Let's see what the front glass temperature is of the phone. And it's about 90.7. Yeah, 90.7. We'll take this off here. Test out the temperature on the back. The back is 104.5. The temperature on the charger is about 107.8. So as you can see, the Torus charger definitely does keep your phone cooler, especially on the back of the phone. So if you want your phone's battery to last longer and be at peak performance longer, I would definitely recommend using the Torus charger that has the active cooling versus another wireless charger that has nothing. So now let's test out the Torus Glass Go X screen protector. It's supposed to be super easy to install. It's supposed to be shatterproof up to 12 feet, and it's supposed to work well with the fingerprint sensor and S Pen. So it looks like we get an installation guide with a screen protector. We get 2 installation packets, a user manual and a warranty card, a squeegee, and an extra screen protector. So the first thing we need to do is to clean off our screen with the alcohol wipe, then dry it off. Then take your screen protector with the guide, making sure that the top signifier here is going towards the camera on your phone. Just put this whole thing over the top of your phone, just like that. Then hold down with one hand on the guide very gently, and then we're going to pull out the tab with the other hand. We're going to wait 20 seconds for it to adhere to the screen. You can kind of see it moving up towards the middle. Then we're going to lift up on the screen protector. Then we'll take a look, and it looks like we do have a pretty big bubble right here, but we can get that out with the squeegee. So I'm just going to use the squeegee to kind of push this bubble out. And then take a look. Looks like a perfect installation. I don't see any bubbles. I did get just a little piece of lint in the very corner of the screen, but other than that, the screen protector looks great. It does cover the camera on the front of the phone, and it comes almost to the edge of the phone as well, so it should be case compatible, but we are going to test that. So now here's a comparison of what the screen looks like versus what the phone screen looked like before we put the tempered glass screen protector on. You can see that this tempered glass screen protector doesn't have any anti-glare properties, whereas the phone does. So that's one thing you're going to trade off. As far as the touch, feels nice and smooth, just like the glass that's on the phone, and the edges are also rounded off. As far as fingerprints goes, it does seem to do a great job at rejecting fingerprints. As you can see, there's really no smudges or anything on the screen. It's just ever so slight. I mean, you guys probably can't even see it, but you can just very easily wipe those away. Now we're going to test out our fingerprint sensor and Face ID because the screen protector does cover the camera. If you've already put in your fingerprints, redo them again because adding a screen protector may kind of interfere with your fingerprint reading. So just make sure that you redo your fingerprints again if you're having issues. I also recommend turning up the screen sensitivity, which is under display. And then if you go down to the top, you'll see touch sensitivity. Again, if you're having issues with the fingerprint sensor, turning this on might help you. All right, so first we're going to set up our facial recognition. All right, so face unlock is all set up. Now we'll put in our fingerprints. Fingerprints went in pretty easy, so we'll say done, and Let's make sure that our face unlock is set up. Okay, so that is all done. So let's test it out. So first we're going to test out our facial recognition. Face ID is working perfectly fine. And I'll just show you that it is working by not looking into the camera, trying to unlock it, and it's not working. But if I look at it, it unlocks. So Face ID with this screen protector working perfectly fine. Now let's test out our fingerprint sensor. Working beautifully so far. Yep. One more time. Perfect. So Face ID and fingerprint sensor working beautifully so far. And if we take a look at the screen, you can see how nice and clear it is. And touch working perfectly fine. No issues there. Now let's take a look at our camera. Turn that around. And it looks nice and clear. No issues with the camera either. So now let's take a look at the screen as if we were looking at it through polarized sunglasses and see if there's a rainbow. So as you can see, if you're looking at the screen pretty much dead on, it looks really good. If we turn it to the side, we can see a little bit of a rainbow effect, not horrible at all. So if you're going to be wearing some polarized sunglasses while using this screen protector, you shouldn't have any issues. So now let's take a look at the edge of the glass to see if we can see any screen bleed. And I don't really see any. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm not seeing any screen bleed from this side. Let's check out the other side here. Again, well, there might be just a slight bit, but ever so slight, not even enough to really worry. So that's definitely a plus. Then let's test out our S Pen. There is just a slight resistance when drawing on the glass, and it seems to draw perfectly fine. I don't see any issues with lag. It seems to be right on the tip. Let's get a new page here and we'll move in a little closer so you guys can see. See that it's drawing right on the tip. Don't see any issues there. And we'll draw a straight line here just to see how well that works. I think that looks pretty good. My fingers were like, it's sliding a little bit on the screen because it's very slippery, but for the most part, I don't see any issues with drawing straight lines. It seems to work perfectly fine to me. So I don't see any issues using the S Pen either, so that's definitely another plus. So now let's put it in our Ostand case. See how well it fits. And we got some smudges on the screen. You can see they just very easily wipe away. And it looks like the screen protector fits this case perfectly. I mean, there is an ever so slight gap around the edges of the case. No lifting, no bubbles, and that's what I like to see. I don't like to see big gaps because that's just places for dirt and dust to collect, and it seems to fit this case just perfectly. And this is what the case looks like with the screen protector on it. We still get a little bit of a raised edge around the front of the phone too. So everything is working absolutely beautiful with this screen protector. Super excited for it so far, but now we need to test out the durability with the scratch and the drop test. So for this test, I'm going to be dropping a 2.4 ounce steel metal ball at a starting height of 2 feet. If the screen protector doesn't crack, I'll move it up foot by foot until it eventually does. And in an effort to bring you more accurate drop tests for the screen protectors, I've also installed a magnet just off the side of the tube, so when I drop the metal ball, it'll hit the screen protector, and then the magnet will kind of catch the ball to keep it from bouncing multiple times on the screen protector, possibly skewing the results. So here we go at 2 feet. Moving on to 3 feet. Four feet. So far so good, no cracks yet. Looks like we do have like a little mark on the screen, but it is not a crack yet. Moving on to 5 feet. Still no crack. 6 feet. 6 feet. So this screen protector lasted up until a 6-foot drop, which I would say is pretty good considering how thin this glass is. Now let's move on to the scratch test. So regular tempered glass starts to scratch around a Mohs hardness number 6, so we're going to start off our test with a number 5. Then we'll move on to a number 6. And then finally a number 7. So if we take a closer look at the screen protector, you can see that there are no scratches at the number 5. I really don't see any at the number 6 either, and only slight at the number 7. So I would consider this scratch resistance a little bit better than regular tempered glass. So installation for the screen protector was pretty easy. It also does seem to be case friendly. It lasted up until a 6-foot drop, and scratch resistance seems to be a little bit better than regular tempered glass. It also seems to work perfectly fine with the in-display fingerprint sensor, as well as the S Pen. So I'm absolutely loving the Torus Ostand 360 spin case. That kickstand really does come in handy, and I love the fact that you can move it in a lot of different orientations. And because they put that magnetic shielding inside the case, you don't have to worry about any interference with your S Pen. And I was also super excited to try out the brand new Ostand Polar Circle charger because it does have that brand new cooling technology that, as you saw in the video, keeps your phone about 20 degrees cooler than other regular wireless chargers that don't have the new technology built in. It's also super compact, and it also has that built-in kickstand, so you can pretty much place it anywhere you need. And if you guys want to pick up any of these accessories yourself, I will be putting product links in the video description. And don't forget to use my discount code to save you some money on your purchase. And I'm also curious to know which one of these accessories was your favorite and why. Let me know in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.